When I saw someone do it online, I thought that was kind of strange, but maybe that's the way to go. It's kind of blowing off in the breeze. There we go. And oh, they put fake toothpicks in there. They faked you out. Fake toothpicks. Welcome back, everybody. And today I'm back with 3 random gadgets from Amazon that looked interesting to test out. So we're going to see how they work in today's video. Let's jump right into the first item, which coming into spring seems like it might be handy. This one allows you to drink water and also blow a mist of water right in your face. This is the Mist and Sip, and let's see how my test went. This is the Mist and Sip. I paid $12.99 for this. Currently has a 4.4 star rating among almost 8,000 reviews, also on Amazon's choice. Now they claim that it's a 20-ounce 2-in-1 misting bottle with a no-leak pull-top spout. They say you can cool down by drinking water or spraying a mist. Includes a convenient handle for carrying, right there. Double wall insulated design keeps water cold. It comes in several sports-related themes. Now, most people who bought this and liked it said they liked the idea of being able to cool down with water or mist. They also said it was a great gift idea. Now, those who didn't like it, some people didn't like the design, while others said it's kind of a hassle to clean. What I didn't see from the listing is if this is dishwasher safe or not. I have to look that up. It says there's a trigger right here where this will go in the bottle. I guess you don't want to have anything but water in there, otherwise you'd be spraying Gatorade in your face. All right, so I'm looking at the instructions here. It says it is not dishwasher safe in these microscopic instructions. Fill with clean water and ice only, don't freeze it. To mist, pull the trigger. After using it, make sure that you push this until all the mist comes out. So I'll have to wash this off and then get started. Whew. Man, I've filmed a lot of videos up here before, but today it's time for a little bit of misting and sipping. I haven't really used this yet before, so first use way out here. First thing to note is that there's a cap on the cap, and then this pops up and then you're ready to sip. And the mist comes out of here. All you have to do is squeeze this trigger right here. It's kind of blowing off in the breeze. Now they do have a handle on it, but there really isn't a clip if you want to put it on your backpack. So I had to put it in my backpack side pocket, but there was no clip. All the advertising shows them holding it, but they don't only show a clip. First drink. That's just a standard water bottle. That's all it is. But I do like the fact that the cap has a cap, so you can kind of cover that up from getting dirty. That's kind of been something missing from a lot of water bottles I've tried before. They might have this cool pull cap, but the cap itself can get dirty. With this cap on here, it actually makes it a little bit easier. First of all, let me see if there's leaks or not. It's not leaking, that's good. It's not leaking even with the cap off, so that's good. First use of the misting feature, here we go. Oh, it's a light mist, it's a very light mist. I guess you don't want it to be too heavy, so you're not splashing yourself in the face of water, but you have to kind of continuously spray this, especially if it's dry and hot, like it is down here in the desert. It's not a bad, it's a very light mist, but you also don't want to use all your water up. You've misted yourself so much that you have nothing to drink. Now the breeze is blowing that way, so let's see if it holds up in that. Point blank, right in the face. 6 inches, 12 inches, 18 inches. Arm's length, nothing. The breeze is blowing that way. I don't know why you would do this, but arm's length when the breeze is blowing that way, you're gonna get nothing. Not that anybody would ever do that, but you know, normal distance, still there. So, you know, I think that it does work. The water bottle is certainly serviceable. It's not bad. I think the mist feature is a bit gimmicky, but kind of cool at the same time. So, I don't know. I kind of like it, actually. You know, I think I might actually keep this in my car when I'm out and about, because sometimes, you know, a little bit of mist goes a long way. And this is only a little bit of mist, but out here, kind of goes a long way. So I got a few more mists and a few more sips to go before I head back. Yeah, sometimes getting down is easier than getting up. Whoa. Now I know why cats get stuck in trees sometimes. So the only thing I can really think about wrong with this one is that you're kind of limited to just water. You want to put a sports drink in there, I don't think you want to be spraying that in your face. That'd be kind of sticky by the end of the day. Other than that, I do think it works as advertised. But let's go on to our next item now, which supposedly adds fun and function together. It is this, the Jonah Toothpick Dispenser. Let's take a look at the Jonah Toothpick Dispenser. I paid $14.99 for this. It currently has a 4.6 star rating among over 800 reviews. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's take a closer look here. Now, it looks like there's toothpicks already in there. That's a good thing. It says pull down to open. There we go. And oh, they put fake toothpicks in there. They faked you out. Fake toothpicks. You can't even afford some cheap toothpicks. Get out of here. But they claim that it's a whimsical and fun way to store and dispense toothpicks. Easy to open and load, dispenses one at a time. Can also be used as a decorative piece, and they say that toothpicks are not included. People online who liked it said it was cute. I saw the word cute quite a few times on there. They said it does in fact dispense toothpicks. I guess it'll come out of that hole right there. Not a lot of cons, but some people said the function wasn't very good if it's not full. So I'll look over the minimal instructions, get over the fake toothpicks, and then get started. Now I should point out, this is not the first time I've ever tested a toothpick dispenser. I did one for members a while back, which is this one, which you press a button and the toothpick comes out that way. My first impression is that it's pretty cheap plastic. It doesn't feel like it's anything unusually high quality. So let's load this up. I think all you have to do is just pop this off here and drop your toothpicks inside. It seems like it holds a pretty good amount of them. Let's see. That's probably good enough. Pop this cover back on. Now my question is, it's gonna look like teeth. If you kind of put everything forward, it's kind of tooth-like, kind of cute. Stands up nicely, nice display piece there. Doesn't wobble. It's kind of funny to test a toothpick dispenser, but here I am, turning it over. Oh yeah, not bad. One came out. Let's see if we can keep doing more. It seems like a couple extra want to come out of there. Grab it, turn it over. Two came out that time, but only one I grabbed. Sometimes it seems like you get a little bit of a jam there, only a tip comes out. I wish it was like when they show it in the picture, the toothpick's halfway out. Here I'm getting the tip. I mean, it's cute. I got a toothpick here, let me see. It's not bad. I mean, it's like, it works. It does work. How about different shaking techniques? Oh, I got two of them coming out of that one, look at this. Oh, I got a jam. I've got a jam. Look at this. One time I was at the airport and I had to take my shoes off to go through the x-ray machine. I stepped right on a toothpick. It was sticking straight up like that. You know what the TSA did? Sorry. It seems like sometimes it comes out. I mean, that's a good one. That's a good dispensing toothpick right there. But when two come out like that, it's a little bit difficult to get just one of them out. This is the one I've been using. All you do is press a button. You're not supposed to press it that hard. You just press it and a toothpick comes out. Whoa, dangerous in here. It's getting dangerous. But I don't know, I mean, it works, but it's just, a lot of times when I turn it upside down, I kind of have to give it an extra shot, and two come out, which isn't a problem, but it seems like they tend to get stuck sometimes, so I don't know. It's not a perfect dispenser, but I think the cute factor might make up for it just a little bit. Actually, what happens if you try to do it one-handed, shaking and removing the toothpick? Let's try that. Now that's what I want. And it just went right back in there when I tried to get it out of there. Can I do it with one hand? Oh, that's kind of a little bit awkward. One-handed technique is kind of awkward. You can do it, but man, that's difficult. This one, once you've pushed the button, you can put it down and grab it. So I don't know, I still think this one's better. All right, so I guess in the end, as far as this one goes, it's kind of cute. I kind of like the look of it. It does work. When you shake it, usually you get one come out. Sometimes you'll get two and they'll get jammed, but it's not perfect. It's not as good as this one. If style is a little bit more important than function, then this might be for you. If you're looking for the best toothpick dispenser, this probably isn't it. So in the end, this one does work, but I'm not really sure if I'm gonna keep using it or not. It's obviously meant to display. To me, this is one more piece of clutter on my counter, so I'd rather stick something in my cabinet. And if it's being hidden in the cabinet, I don't really need a fun display for it. On the other hand, if you want to display something like this, it is a functional toothpick dispenser, even though maybe not the best one out there. And that leads us to the final item, which is this, the red wine stain remover. Let's take a look at this red wine stain remover. I paid $7.50 for a 4-ounce bottle. Now they claim that it's a wine stain remover that works on most surfaces and types of wine, even on old stains. Simply clean the excess with a towel first, spray the stain, rub it in and wait. Then wipe away and wash as usual. Now the majority of comments on Amazon say this actually works, even on stains that aren't fresh. I saw people describe it as incredible or a miracle. There weren't many cons on this one, but some people said that they didn't like the smell of it, while a few others said that it actually stained their clothing. I'll have to read over the instructions on the back here and then get started. All right, it's time to make some stains and hopefully clean them up. Here's what I've got for this test now. I've got 2 scraps of white t-shirts. These shirts have been in a lot of my videos in the past, going all the way back to the Restore 4 years ago. But I got 2 white t-shirts, and under that I've got 2 pieces of carpet. I'm gonna stain each one of these and do an immediate cleanup and do a 24-hour cleanup and see how it goes. Let's do some spilling on these shirts here. One I'm gonna clean up right away, one's gonna wait till tomorrow. For the t-shirt, I'm gonna go with 1 teaspoon of wine. For the carpet, I'm going with 1 tablespoon. I guess kind of simulating a small spill in your shirt or a bigger spill on the carpet. 1 teaspoon of Merlot, here we go. Go right in a circle. Oh no, oh no, my shirt. 1 teaspoon on this one as well. This one I'm setting aside for 24 hours. Say it just spilled in your shirt. Oh, take that shirt off. We gotta get that stain up right away. Good thing we have some Chateau Spill to clean it up with. Step number 1, remove excess material and moisten with water. Now I have a moist rag here. I'm just gonna kind of dab it. I gotta do both sides. I'm getting some excess up. It's getting a little bit red. And while I'm picking it up, I'm also moistening it as well. I would say I've got excess up and it is moistened. That's only 1 teaspoon. That seems like it got large. Step number 2, apply the formula to cover the area. Some people are saying it doesn't smell very good. I have to take a sniff of this. What's interesting is that I was watching some of the Amazon videos for this. Someone said, step 2, scrub. It doesn't say scrub. It does not say scrub in here. Whoever did that on Amazon was wrong. It just says apply it and remove all residue. It doesn't say anything about scrubbing. I feel like I can add more. Some people online were saying take some elbow grease. I haven't used any elbow grease yet, but we shall see. Let's see how this smells. I mean, it's not the greatest smell in the world, but what do you expect for something to remove stains? It's not gonna smell like daisies. I have a fresh cloth here that's got some warm water on it. Let me just try dabbing that and see if it comes up. Oh, it does seem like it's kind of coming up. As I'm rubbing it in here, I feel like it's mostly gone. I might have to let this dry and kind of see what's left. It's kind of hard to tell when it's wet. All right, from what I can tell, that's mostly up. So they say to launder as usual. I'll throw this in the washing machine and we'll check this tomorrow when I do my 24-hour test. It's time for the carpet here. All right, so this one's gonna go 24 hours. All right, we got our wine stain there. Let's give this a shot. Step 1, remove the excess. There is definitely still a stain on there. Spray it on. Now with the fresh cloth, we'll remove the residue. Well, there really wasn't a lot of residue left, but it did come out nicely, so that's good. So I'm gonna launder this shirt, and then we're gonna wait for tomorrow and see how that turned out, plus the 24-hour test with the carpet and the other shirts. It's been 24 hours, let's check it out. The shirt has been laundered properly. Let's take a closer look. I don't see any stains. I don't even see any remnants. I'm not even sure where it was at. Let's flip this over. As far as I can tell, there is no stain whatsoever, so we're looking pretty good there. But that was an easy test. Let's try the 24-hour test and see how that goes. First up, let's try this carpet. This is dried. This is completely dry. That should be a little more difficult. The one yesterday was still wet and it just came right out. So hopefully this one is a little more challenging. We shall see. Moistening with water. Okay, it is not coming up with just water. Moistening the stain. Apply to the affected area. As I was spraying it on there, it looked like the stain was kind of disappearing without even touching it. That's kind of impressive. People were talking about the smell on Amazon. I don't think it's that bad. Maybe I just like cleaner smell. I don't know. It doesn't bother me that much. I've certainly smelled a lot worse than that before. Next up, remove the residue. They don't really say if you're supposed to scrub it or pat it. I'm gonna kind of go in a slight circular motion here. Well, I don't see anything at all, so that's looking pretty good. Let's move on now to the stained shirt. Look at that, it looks brutal. What does that look like? A pair of diseased lungs? I don't know. Is that where my mind goes? Remove the excess, which is kind of hard when it's already stained in there, and it's dry as well. But I am moistening it. We are moistening. That's pretty moist. Apply to the affected area. It does seem to fade the stain almost immediately. They say this is safe, this is non-toxic, so maybe you can use your finger. When I saw someone do it online, I thought that was kind of strange, but maybe that's the way to go. All right, so after applying a little bit of elbow grease, I think I got it all out. It looks like it is, but I'm gonna throw this in the wash real quick. We'll come back later and see how it turned out. Will there be anything left on the 24-hour stain? We shall see. Let's take a look at the final results of the red wine segment for the 24-hour test. All right, came out of the wash now. My first glance was it looked like the stain completely came out. It really does look like there's no stain whatsoever. However, when I held it up to the light, you may not even be able to see it, but I did notice a very faint hint. It's almost imperceptible, but I do see a little bit there. I very faintly see something right here and here. So I mean, it's close. It's not 100%, but it's close. Is 95 to 99% good enough? Maybe, unless you're wearing a white outfit. I think in most cases, you probably wouldn't notice that stain. So in the end, I think this one does pretty much work. It may not be 100% all the time. I do think if I had scrubbed that last one a little bit more, maybe I would have got to 100%, but I haven't found a red wine remover that works that well before. So I'm gonna definitely be keeping this one in hand in case I have any spills in the future. Well, that's it as far as this video goes. I would say all of them are pretty functional. They all seem to work as advertised. I'm definitely gonna keep the red wine stain remover on hand for any spills. I'll keep this one out for the spring and see if I end up using it long term. And this one, unfortunately, is probably going to end up in my cabinet, so it'll be functioning as a toothpick dispenser, but not as a display piece. But that's all I've got. If you've tried any of these products, tell me what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.